Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Hukamnama today is by Satguru Ram Das Ji Maharaj on Ang 775 of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Satnam Sri Waheguru Sahib Ji. RAAG SOOHEE CHHANT महला चौथा घर तीजा एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद आवहो संत जनहो गुण गावह गोविंद केरे राम गुरमुख मेले रहिया घारे वाजह शब्द कनेरे राम आवहो संत जनहो गुण गावह गोविंद केरे राम गुरमुख मिल रहिया घर वाजह शब्द कनेरे राम शब्द कनेरे हर प्रभ तेरे तू करता सब थाई अहनिस जपी सदा सालाही साच सब दे लिव लाई आन दिन सहज रह रंग राता राम नाम रिद पूजा नानक गुरमुख एक पछाणै अवर न जाणै दूजा सब मह रव रहया सो प्रभ अंतरजामी राम गुर सबद रवै रव रहया सो प्रभ मेरा स्वामी राम प्रभ मेरा स्वामी अंतरजामी घाटे घाटे रवया सोई गुरमते साचो पाइयै सहज समाइयै तिसो बिन अवर न कोई सहजे गुण गावा जे प्रभ भावा आपे लय मिलाए नानक सो प्रभ सबदे जापै आहनिस नाम ध्याए एहो जगो दुत्तर मनमुख पार न पाई राम अंतरे हउमै ममता काम क्रोध चतुराई राम अंतरे चतुराई थाए न पाई बिरथा जन्म गवाया जम मागे दुख पावै चोटा खावै अंत गया पछताया बिन नावै को बेली नाही पुत कुटुंब सुत भाई नानक माया मोह पसारा आगे साथ न जाई हाउ पूछो अपना सतगुर दाता किन बिद दुत्तर तरियै राम सतगुर भाए चलहो जीवत्या इव मरियै राम जीवत्या मरियै भाव जल तरियै गुरमुख नाम समावै पूरा पुरख पाया वडभागी सच नाम लिव लावै मत प्रगास भई मन मानिया राम नाम वडियाई नानक प्रभ पाया सबद मिलाया ज्योति ज्योत मिलाई मत प्रगास भई मन मानिया राम नाम वडियाई नानक प्रभ पाया शब्द मिलाया ज्योति ज्योत मिलाई Satguru Ram Das Ji Maharaj blessing us with Upadesh today in chant, in the musical measure of chant, Kartija in the third house of tune and rhythm. Sadguru Pasha Ji says, Eko Ankar, there is one eternal being who is the sustainer of the world, Satguru Prasad, and is found through the grace of the Satguru, the true Guru. Sadguru Pasha Ji begins the Shabad and says, Avho Sant Janaho. Avho, come gather round Sant Janaho, O humble Sant, seekers of the truth, saints. Gun Gavah Govind Kere Ram, so that we can Gavah sing the gun and the praises and the virtues of Govind, that creator of the universe, Vaheguru. Gurmukh mil rahiya. Satguru Pasha Ji gives a message here and says Gurmukh mil rahiya. Let us MEHL, unite Rahiya forever and forever with the Gurmukh, with those people who are following the Guru, with those people who lovingly face towards the Guru. And then what will happen when we meet with those people? When we connect with them, within our car, within the home of our soul, we will hear the vibrations of Sabd Kanere, of the Shabad. The Shabad will play within us. Sabd Kanere, Har Prabh Tere. When we become Tere, when we become yours, O Vaheguru, O Prabhu, O God, then we are filled with the Shabad, with the word of your name within us. Tu Karta Sabthai, you are the Karta, the Creator, Sabthai, and not just the Creator, you pervade through all of your creation, Sab in all Thai places. Ahanis Japi Sada Salahi. Sadhguru Pasha Ji says the way of meditating is this Ahanis, day and night. Japi, I meditate Sada Salahi, forever I Salahi, sing his praises, sing his virtues. Saj Sabad live lie, and I lie, I attach my live, my consciousness, my focus to the Saj Sabad, to the word of truth, to Satnam, to Vaheguruji's name, to God's name. Andin Sahaj Raha Rang Rata. Andin, day and night, they are coloured in the rang, the love of God's name. Sahaj, and from this love for God comes Sahaj, comes complete peace, complete poise, complete balance. Sahaj is a way of living where everything happens by the will of God and is accepted by us. Ram Naam Rid Puja. Maharaji says that to gain this state of spiritual exaltation, you have to puja, meditate upon, worship within your rid, within your heart, Ram Naam, the name of God. Nanak, Sadhguru Pasha Ji says, Gurmukh ek pashane, the one who faces towards the Guru, the one who listens to everything the Guru says, ek pashane, understands the one and realizes. Pashane literally means to realize, to recognize. Pashane means to recognize. Recognizes that one Vaheguru is within all. Avar na jane duja, and he realizes there is no duja, there is no other. Sab Maharava Rahaya. And then Sadhguru Pasha Ji tells us about this state of being in oneness. The person who can see one says to everyone, Sab Meha, he is Meha within, Sab all, Rav Rahaya. Rav means to be pervading through all, Rahaya means to be. Vaheguruji is pervading through all. So Prabh Antarjami Ram, that Prabhu, that Vaheguru is Antarjami, the knower of all hearts. Gur Sabad Rav Rahaya, So Prabh Mera Swami Ram. The person who Rava, who dwells upon the Guru Shabad, the Gur Shabad, he realizes that Rav Rahaya, that Vaheguruji is Rav, is pervading through all, is dwelling in all. So Prabhu Mera Swami Ram, that Vaheguru who is my Swami, my Lord. Prabhu Mera Swami Antarjami, my Prabhu, my Vaheguru is my Swami, my Lord, and he is Antarjami, the knower of all hearts. Kate Kate Ravya Sohi, because he is Ravya, pervading and dwelling in all hearts. Gurmat Sach Paiya, through the Guru's mat, the Guru's wisdom, we will find eternal truth, that which is never changing. Sahaja Samaya, and this is the way of Samaya, of merging into this state of being called Sahaja, this complete state of peace and poise that the Gurmukhs live their life in. This can only be achieved through listening to the Guru's teachings. This bin Avarnakoi, and then when we achieve this state, we realize that this bin Avarnakoi, there is no other apart from that Vaheguru. Sahaje Gunagava Je Prabhava. If it was to Pava, please my Prabhu, my Lord, within this state of poise, I Gunagama, I sing his praises. Ape Lay Milai, he himself Milai, unites me with himself. Nanak So Prabh Sabde Jape. Sadhguru Pasha Ji says that you can realize that Prabhu, that Vaheguru, by Jape, by meditating upon the Shabad. Ahnis Naam Tyai. Therefore, Ahnis, day and night, Tyai, meditate upon Vaheguruji's name. Eho Jaggo Duttar. Vaheguru says that this Jaggo, this world, is a very dangerous place. Duttar means very dangerous. Manmukh Parna Pairam. And if we were to follow our mind and our desires, Parna Pairam, this is not the way of crossing across Bard. We won't find Bard. We won't find the other side of. We won't find the shore of this sea. Antare, why? Because and then the question is why, and Guruji answers that Antare haume mamta, because inside us we have haume, we have this idea of egotism, and we have mamta, we have attachment to the world. Kam, krodh, jatra, iran, and not just that, we have kam, we have lust, desires, krodh, jatarai. Sometimes we think that Kam is just talking about sexual desire, but actually Kam talks about all desires. Krodh is talking about anger. Jatarai is talking about this sort of evil cleverness. Sadhguru is not talking about being clever in a sense of academia or any other way. Sadhguru is talking about this sort of deceitful cleverness. Kam, krodh, jatarai, and we have all these big obstacles in our way. Antar jatarai, with this deceitful cleverness within Thai and Apai, we won't find a Thai, we won't find a place of rest. Birtha janagaya, and we lose our life, and it is wasted. It is birtha. Jama mag dukh pava. The manmukhs, people who follow their mind, they have pava. They find pain on the mag, on the path of death. Jota kava, and in this world and in the next, he suffers and endures punishment. Anta gaya pashtaya, and ant in the end, he leaves this world pashtaya, regretting all of the opportunities that have been missed to meditate upon God. Without the name of God, there is no beli, there is no friend. Pota kutamba sota pai, sons, families, brothers, and Sadhguru says none of this will go with us. And Guruji explains this more in the next line. Nanaka, Sadhguru says, Maya moha pasara. This is all a pasara, this is all a show, a drama of Maya moha, of attachment to this illusion. It's just all attachment, it's just all an illusion. Aga satana jai. And in the end, it will not go with us. Satana jai, Sadhguru says. And realizing all this, Sadhguru then says, How pucho apna Satguru data. I pucho, I beg, and I ask my Satguru, my true Lord, the giver of everything, my Vaheguru, my Satguru. I ask, and Satguru Ramdas ji says that I am asking my true Guru Satguru Amrdas ji, Kin bid duttar tariya ram? Kin bid, what is the bid, what is the way, what is the method for tariya, for crossing across this duttar, this dangerous ocean? And Satguru Ji Maharaj says, I got back this answer from my true Guru. Satguru pahe chalho. Walk according to the pahe, the will of the Guru. Jivatya if Mariya Ram. This is the way of Mariya, dying whilst being alive. Now, this idea of being dead whilst being alive is something which is very central to Gurmukh, is something which plays a central role, and Bhai Gurdas ji sums it up very well in his Var. Sadhguru says, Murda hoye, Bhai Sahib ji, Bhai Gurdas ji says, Murda hoye murid na galni hovna. Only by becoming dead whilst being alive can we be a true disciple, and this doesn't happen through gully, just through simple words. So, and then Bhai Gurdas ji goes on to explain this. Sabar Siddhak Saheed Param Pao Kovana. In acceptance of God's will, he sacrifices himself. Param Pao Kovana. He gives up his doubts, he gives up his fears. He or she gives up their doubts and fears. Gola Mull Khareed Kare Jovana. Gola means a slave. He's simply bought and put into service. Na this bokana need na khana sona. That Gurmukh Pyara doesn't worry about hunger. He or she doesn't worry about sleep, food, anything, or rest. And Bhai Gurdas ji goes on to explain the way of dying whilst being alive. Being dead to the world, but being awake spiritually, but being alive spiritually. That is what it means to be dead whilst being alive. we are alive to the love of God, but dead to the attachment of Maya. Jeevtya Mariya, being dead whilst alive. Bhav Jal Tariya. This is the way of Tariya, of crossing across this ocean of fear. Gurmukh Naam Samave. And by following the Guru, by keeping our face towards the Guru, we will blend into the Naam. Pura Purkh Paya Vidbhagi. By great fortunes, you find Pura Purkh, a perfect being like Satguru, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. Sach Naam Live Lava. And when you find the Guru, you accept the Guru's instruction. And what does the Guru say? Live Lava. He attaches our consciousness, Satguruji attaches our consciousness to the true name, Sri Satanam. Mat Pragas Pai Manamanya. And then when the Guru gives his guidance in our mat, within our intellect, there is pragas, there is a light. Pai. And when this light is turned on, the darkness runs away, and Manamanya, the mind accepts and falls at the feet of this light, of this great enlightenment. Ramanam Vadhyai. This is the Vadhyai, this is the glory of God's name. Nanak Prabh Paya Sabd Milaya. Sadhguru Sahib Ji says, by merging into the Shabad, by Milaya, and by merging into the Shabad, we will find our Prabhu, we will find our Prabhu, our Vaheguru, Jyoti Jyot Milaya, just like a light blending into the eternal light. Mat Pragas Pai Manmanya Ram Naam Vadhyai. Nanak Prabh Paya Sabd Milaya, Jyoti Jyot Milai. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.